Welcome to Class 4 Summary and Review. This past class, we learned about feelings and emotions. We also learned how to ask how someone is doing. And this question here is that template. You say, Hayu blank num. Hayu, then you fill in the blank with something, num. Okay, so what does this mean? First, hayu. Hayu, hayu is the word asking how. How. And that final word, num, num, num means feel. Oftentimes that very last letter A is completely omitted and it just sounds like num, num. So hayu blank num. You can fill in this blank with several different options. One option is the single letter U, which is pronounced means you singular. Hayu num. Hayu num. How do you feel? Again, a singular person that you're asking. To ask plural, multiple people, how are you all doing? You use this word, me, me. Hayu num. Hayu num. How do you all feel? To ask how they feel, you use this word, me, me. Hayu num. Hayu num. How do they feel? To ask how do we feel, one option is dami. Dami is the inclusive we. It means that when one person says we, they're including the people they are talking to. So hayu dami num. Hayu dami num. It means how do we all feel? There's another word for we which is exclusive, and it is what you see here. Numi. Numi. Exclusive. It excludes the people I'm talking to. Hayu numi num. Hayu numi num means how do we feel? But I'm not talking about you. I'm not including you. And lastly, you can also use these three words, which we've learned many times in the past classes. Ishu means this. Hayu ishu num. How does this person feel? Hayu masu num. How does that person feel short distance away? And finally, hayu usu num. How does that person feel a long distance away? So again, by now you should know that hayu usu num has that sense of how does that person feel a long distance away. But usu is not limited to just meaning someone far away. Usu is also just used to refer to a generic he or she. So, hayu usu num can just simply mean how does he feel? Hayu usu num. And to respond to that, to say he feels blank, you can say usu blank num. Usu blank num. He feels blank. Now, in this case, this boy has a smile. He looks happy. So he feels good. To say he feels good, you just add bija in that blank. Usu bija num. Usu bija num. He feels good. On the contrast, if you want to say someone does not feel good, you just add the negation kai in there. Usurai bija num. Usurai bija num. Another word that we learned is a word for angry. It is kusiga. 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 Angry has a sense of showing your teeth, and it can also mean you're mad. Kusiga. So, usugusiga. Usugusiga. She is angry. Notice that K sound in the beginning of the word gusiga turns into that strong G. Usugusiga. Usugusiga. She is angry. Another word that we learned, or rather a phrase, is qaimani. Qaimani is a way of saying tired. Usuraimani. Usuraimani. He is tired. We also learned the word for bashful. Nasugwai. Nasugwai. Bashful. This can also mean embarrassed, and it can even mean ashamed. Okay? Usunasugwai. Usunasugwai. Another word we learned was afraid or scared. Suai. 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 Scared. By now you should already know how to say she is scared, right? You just add usu in front of it. Usu suai. Usu suai. She is scared. A little bit of a tongue twister if you want to say this girl is scared. You would say ishu tsa suai. Ishu tsa suai. Ishu tsa suai. This girl is scared. We also learned the word for sick. Sick is zuoyai. 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 Usu tuoyai. He is sick. Usu tuoyai. He is sick. The last feeling or emotion we learned was kaipu'a. Kaipu'a. This is a word that refers to someone who is extremely, very weak, sick, possibly on the verge of death. It can also refer to someone being slow. And all of those have that same kind of, they're related to each other because if you're really, really weak or exhausted and sick, you're going to be moving very slowly. Kaipu'a. Kaipu'a. We also learned this question, Hayu umunum. Hayu umunum. Remember, that means how do they feel? How do they feel? Notice all of these people look completely worn out. Man, they're exhausted. They are feeling very, very, very bad. So you can say umuraipu'a. Umuraipu'a. They are totally wasted out of it, exhausted. They gone. They bad. Finally, another way to ask this question is asking, how does the blank feel? How does the blank feel? For example, if you want to say, how does the man feel? You'd say, hayusunananim. Hayusunananim. How does the man feel? Now, I'm not going to write these answers down for you or type them down for you. You have to know how to answer them yourself now. So, how do you respond? Hayusunananim. Answer. Sunana gusigya. Sunana gusigya. The man is angry. Sunana gusigya. Next. Hayusuwait sinum. Hayusuwait sinum. That means, how does the old man feel? Suwait sirai pishatnum. Suwait sirai pishatnum. The old man does not feel good. How about Hayusu debidzot ninum? Hayusu debidzot ninum. That is, how does the old woman feel? Notice way in the far right-hand side, she looks happy. So, usu or su debidzotni bijatnum. Su debidzotni bijatnum. The old woman feels good. Next. Hayusu morotni num. Hayusu morotni num. I'm asking, how does the woman feel? There's two possible answers. You can say, su morotni rai bijatnum. Su morotni rai bijatnum. The woman does not feel good. Or you can also say, Sumoroni tu oyai. Sumoroni tu oyai. The woman is sick. And finally, Hayu sudwibit si inum. Hayu sudwibit si inum. That is, how does the young man feel? Answer, Sudwibit si suai. Sudwibit si suai. The young man is scared. He's scared of that sick woman to the left of him. All right, so finally, in conclusion, let's just review all the emotions one final time. First, nasugwat. Nasugwat. It's bashful, ashamed, or embarrassed. Next, kaimani. Kaimani. Tired. Next, suai. Suai. Scared. Next. Kaipu'a. 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 That's very, very worn out, sickly, weak, close to death. Slow. Next. Kai bijatnum. Kai bijatnum does not feel well. The opposite of that one is bijatnum. Bijatnum feels good or feels well. And finally, gusiga. 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 Angry. All right, keep practicing and try your best not to rely on your notes. Just learn it all by memory and listening, and that'll be great. So until next time, mabunidua.